we are told internally that is something that they're considering right now, as those two states are still very much counting votes. And while we've seen a lot of legal challenges coming out of the Trump campaign today, they don't really have much else to do as they are seeing their numbers and the president's chances of being reelected continue to shrink. We should point out that a lot of these legal challenges seem to be long shots, and they've been based on pretty thin cases, and even it doesn't appear that they could substantially change the dynamic of this presidential race. But that is what the campaign is doing. That is what the president has instructed his aides to do, to pursue lawsuits in several of these states, because he believes that what is happening is unfair to him, as of course he's made clear on Twitter. But Jake, the other thing to consider here is the campaign does not have a lot of money, and recounts like they said that they want in Wisconsin and these lawsuits that they're filing are expensive. So that is why we are seeing a desperate attempt by the Trump campaign to try to fundraise money right now. We heard the Republican Party chair, Ronna McDaniel, earlier was asking for money. We've seen several emails and texts go out from the Trump campaign. Usually you get those in the last few days of the race, not after the race, of course, has already happened and the votes are still coming in. But that is what the campaign is doing right now. That's basically what the president is sitting back and watching, as they are waiting to see what these numbers are going to look like. And we should also note part of these lawsuits is also a deflection technique, because it can help slow down the votes in states where they think that the president is going to lose.
But Caitlin, what I don't understand is right now Trump trails Biden in Arizona and Nevada. So it would be common sense to want to have the voting continue in those states, because to stop the voting, he would be behind. I understand that these aren't necessarily the most thought out litigation strategies, but why? Why would, I mean, is there any grounds for any complaint or grievance in those states?
These litigation strategies are being thought out of by the moment, Jake. We should make sure that is really clear to the people who are watching. You saw it in Michigan earlier. They were already threatening legal action there, and they hadn't even actually called the state of Michigan yet. So, of course, in Arizona, the question is, why would they do that? They haven't done it yet. We should note they're only thinking about it. They are likely waiting to see how these numbers are going to play out, and whether in about an hour we find out if this margin is going to get better for President Trump or worse for President Trump. That's obviously going to factor. We saw that happen with Georgia. As soon as the president's lead started shrinking there, then they announced they were going to launch this lawsuit that would only affect about 50 votes, I believe 53 votes exactly. So, of course, the legal basis behind a lot of these is not strong,
to say the least. All right, Caitlin Collins at the White House, thank you.